really believe in that Illuminati shit, huh?
Oh yeah.
Do you believe in it? Tell the truth. Don't go based on the way I set it up, Jason. Speak your truth. You know I won't judge.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Instagram, I just went ham on my dad's business. Always trying to innovate, help my pops. Came up with a ridiculous concept. The least friction ever, the most convenient way ever to buy wine. The link is in my profile right now. Go sign up ASAP. You're part of the first little group in the beta test, winetext.com. You sign up right now. Takes you a minute or two, and then going forward, every day you get an offer on ridiculously discounted wine. This $45 Pinot is gonna be 18 bucks in an hour. That's right, 18. The easiest way to buy anything ever. You get a ridiculous deal, multiple times a week, and all you have to do when you get the text is reply with a number. 4, and 4 bottles are on their way. I just went on it. I flexed it on a wine business. I helped out my pops, winetext.com. Get on it now, sign up now, share this now, hit in your story now. Wine lovers, rejoice. You got your perspective. I just want to be happy. Don't you want to be happy? You could literally create the Thanksgiving game. Cops versus firefighters. Working backwards, you have a law firm. And we want to get people's businesses. And so first responders are incredible lead gen to that.
If they know and like you and trust you from the sense that you've been doing content.
Yep, I totally agree.
The guy in town.
So just as somebody who I guess, thank God, hasn't been in this scenario yet and just haven't dug in, some accident happens and the relatives that are left over that aren't at the hospital may look at a cop or a first responder and say, exactly. Can you give me a lawyer right now?
Who can help us, right?
Yeah.
And
it's cool. I just have never.
Yeah, hottest first to the customer, right?
Yeah, I totally understand. What I'm really good at is not knowing anything and asking questions, right? Curiosity and lack of education has been an incredible foundation for me. But you think about all that stuff on remnant television where the lawyers are there, right? And I'm like, and then when I got older, I'm like, when I started just through being in a business cocktail, you hear some of those companies are sizable businesses. And I'm like, makes sense, right? And so when I started going to this version, no different than hey guys, make something that's valuable to people instead of, right? I was like, man, I even think in my earliest videos when I was talking about personal brand, I was like, be the lawyer that tells people all the real shit. I just feel like that's great. That makes so much sense to me. So now I understand that now. So now what you're asking me is targeting capabilities that if you're in a town that all the cops are Irish American, how do I win that?
Building basically within that.
Cohorts.
How do I best go about becoming the alpha in each one of these communities?
In the psycho and demographic communities, by providing each one of them what they're looking for, either in the macro or the micro of what you do for a living. So for the reason SMB works for me so much is I'm trying to tell them to put out content about how to fire a relative has nothing to do with their product, but I know that's a huge value to actual SMBs. I think the answer is, the way I think about that is, you take how many different communities do you think there are? Intuitively.
There's a ton, right? But you have to narrow down to 3 or 1 or 4 that you can go really deep on.
And I think what you do is you whiteboard the 10 that you think are the most meaningful.
Yeah, I got that.
Then rank them. Yeah. And then really go deep in the first 3 of really spending time, whether reading, whether actually spending time, but it's the strategy and insights to make what makes them tick, and then providing that, whether through content form or event form. It's really one big game of reverse engineering. Yeah. This was something I've wanted to do for years, but until I felt like everybody, the far majority of people would leave here ROI positive on their investment, the thought of building up everything I've built up where YouTube brothers don't do it and then leave and then say GaryVee's a farce, I spent $12,000 and it didn't get me anything, that's just stupid business for me. I needed to get to a place where I thought this was so overwhelmingly ROI positive, and that's how I think about everything, literally everything. sneakers, wine, VaynerMedia, until you're, until you get to a place. And so that's just what I want you to kind of do. It's like, why?
The only thing that I can do that I can think of is basically copying your model, which I've done for the lawyer aspect, and I can have all my friends come in, and you can be the top lawyer guy in that community, right? But as I get more awareness in the first responder group, I would love to have a show of the firefighter comes to the car wreck, the ER nurse is the first person in the hospital, having like a little drama with people throughout the community that you have different.
I don't know if you want to go, listen, you're just a creative guy, I can already sense that, so you just may want to do that. I actually think it's a little less ER and Law and Order. I think you make it a little bit more, so I'm a big fan, and I'm sure you guys have heard this about like hosting the party. I think one of the things you can do is just create a podcast network. So like, I think you should go find 2 charismatic nurses and start a Houston nursing show. You're the executive producer, they're the talent, and that becomes a little viral hit in that community. You see where I'm going? I'll give you a real left field one if you want to be super creative. You could also, this is crazy, but I would love for you to do this. I think this is super cool. You could actually be the live streamer of the cops and firefighters softball league. What if you acted like ESPN, had 6 people with live streaming, and actually aired the softball league games?
Yeah, that would be crazy.
That's
next level stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you're lucky enough and you live in one of those towns where the cops do play against the firefighters, or you could literally create the Thanksgiving game, cops versus firefighters, get a field, get a high school to support it, film it and air it live on Facebook, and own the First Responders Cup. You could probably get a sponsor to come over and subsidize all your fucking fees. You could literally throw the fucking Thanksgiving game every fucking Friday. You see where I'm going?
That's what I want to do. I want to create basically the best.
I think it's a lot easier to throw
within the community.
I think the best thing you can throw is a literal podcast. It's the most likely thing you can pull off is a podcast network. The next more likely thing you can pull off is actually airing the softball games or the football games. The last thing you're probably likely to pull off is creating ER.
Yeah.
You're not producing a show.
Okay.
That's hard as fuck. Scripted?
It would be like interview based. Basically.
That's different. That's different.
Tell me your experience.
That's different. That's different. That's different. That's different, but less reoccurring than the things.
To go deep on the episodes for sure.
And it'd be one-off once you interview Karen, whereas
you gotta have more people.
Whereas if you're doing a show for nurses in Houston and it's just a culture of that, and it's a call-in show, you see where I'm going? Yeah. You want to create things that are like scalable. Yeah. Wine Library TV was amazing. I tasted wine, which meant I could live 400 lifetimes and never get to every wine. Right? Ask GaryVee. Think about the shows I've made. The Wine Library TV. Scalable in perpetuity. I can't taste every wine in my life. Not in 100 lives. Ask GaryVee. Unlimited questions from the audience. Forever. Daily vlog. I actually live. Just film me. I never had to create. See where I'm going?
Yeah.
See?
That's really smart.
Got it? That's what you're looking for. What up? What is up, Instagram? Hope everybody's having a good afternoon. I'm about to go on a board call in 8 minutes, so I don't have a whole lot of time, maybe 5 or 6. When's the next Illuminati meeting? People really believe in that Illuminati shit, huh?
Oh yeah.
Do you believe in it? Tell the truth, don't go based on the way I set it up, Jason. Speak your truth, you know I won't judge.
Yes.
You do?
I think so, I don't know.
I'm kidding.
There's gotta be like a bad group of I don't know.
Like Dr. fucking Evils?
Something. I don't think there's like one dude like behind the show, like everything.
Of course there's no one dude behind the show.
There's gotta be some like...
This is not a fucking joke. This is really me asking for the first time. I actually have no idea what people think is the Illuminati this theory that like powerful people have a secret club?
Yeah.
Jay-Z, yeah, I get it, right?
The Rock, yeah.
Yeah, but this is like, that's much more of a diamond than fucking, like, but that's the punchline, right? Got it. I mean, there's definitely people that get together and jam.
Yeah.
But you believe in the Illuminati? You do. You do.
It's like yeah. We've seen so many YouTube videos like that probably describe it. You ever just like
I want it to be real, it's like this cool club.
Oh, you want it to be real to be in it?
I don't know about that.
I feel like I'm in the Illuminati, a club of one. I think the coolest club I'm in is my fucking head with myself. That's the fucking Illuminati for me. That's the Illuminati I wish everybody had. Be in your own fucking head with yourself. That's fucking Illuminati. You want to really fucking fuck like other high net worth individuals that are powerful or famous or cool or good looking. Like that sounds like club of insecurity and needing to fucking fit into something elitist. The real Illuminati's in your own fucking dome. Club of one. Membership of one. Such a pleasure. How are you? Such a pleasure. Such a pleasure. How are you? So good. It's good to see you. How have you been?
Good, how are you?
Thank you.
How are you?
Okay, how are you?
Good to see you. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Great to see you again. How are you, bro? How are you, bro? Good. Walk with me for a second. Thank you, gang. Thank you. Thanks for all your help. Thank you. I'll see you guys later. We're back in the office. It was good, right? That concept is good.
Yeah.
Okay, when's the last time you've been in this kitchen?
Never.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you for being here. I'm really excited about tonight. You know, Vayner has been a very organic organization over the last decade, and so as we continue kind of into our next phase, we haven't done a whole lot of events like this, and so I'm just very grateful for the PET team, what we call our HR team here, and just want to thank all of you for putting this together. I was really excited about it. I also haven't been in the kitchen for about a year and a half, so it's good to see that it's still here. Good call, Jason. The biggest mistake that people make when they think about accolades is the same reason that they dwell on the booing. You know, it's funny that we're talking about athletes. You know, over the last decade, I've built a lot of friendships in that world, and then over the last half decade, a lot of the world has become this, right? And a lot of people come to me because I grew up in that world, and people get down on like somebody leaving a comment that's negative, and I'm like, bro, you play on home court, give up an 11-0 run, and everybody who's supposed to be your homies are booing you, and you don't let that faze you because you're in that zone. As a human, you need to be in that zone. When people are saying you're the greatest, you need to think you're crap. When people say you're crap, you need to think you're the greatest. And in that contradiction and pulling from opposite directions, when the flow's going one way, that's how you get your actual balance. That's how you get your two fingers in your ears. You don't hear shit. Can I curse on this thing? Absolutely. Good. You don't hear shit. You don't hear if they say you're gonna be the MVP in the league your rookie year, and you don't hear if that you're the biggest bust of all time. And the second you can get there, get into that place, it's over. And so don't get too high on your own supply, your clippings. A lot of these kids have serious heat. Some of these kids have the most heat we've seen in a generation. And, you know, balancing that is imperative. So for me, you know, what I see in other A's, what I'm going through a little bit in my little world is just don't hear it one way or the other.